the baby is on his way any day now.
That makes me really
It
nervous.
feels unreal. We hardly have experience with kids at all.
Like, really? I'm gonna be trusted with a whole human?
I could see myself having a tendency to be like a helicopter mom.
The deadline's coming up, the baby's coming, and if we don't figure out some of these things, like, this is not gonna be good.
God will help us.
Yes, he will. I know that.
Yeah.
Like you. Yeah, I want to make you priority. You are my priority.
Thanks, sweet. Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, we are Ian and Heather Austin. We're a Christian folk duo living in the Appalachian Mountains. And today we want to talk about how we're nervous to become parents. Because I'm currently 38 weeks pregnant, and the baby is on his way any day now.
Yes.
And obviously, like, we're first-time parents, so this is
Yes.
very new for us, very new territory.
Yeah. We have been married for a little over a year. And we got pregnant 4 months after being married. And we're trying to, figure out our music. We're getting our music career off the ground. And then it's just a new season of life for us, and like career-wise. And I'm living in a new state now, and newly married. And then adding on top of that, we're about to be parents, which is crazy. I can't believe... I guess I'm already a dad.
Yeah.
I've been a dad for 9 months, but like a practicing dad,
yeah.
I can't believe that's going to happen soon. It honestly, that makes me really
It
nervous.
feels unreal.
Yeah.
Because, like, we've known we're pregnant for almost 9 months, but there's only so much you can do to prepare until you're in it. And I've heard that the newborn stage is really intense, especially for the moms with the waking up
I'll help
every 2 to 3 hours with feedings and things like that. And then just all the changes that my body's going to be going through during postpartum. It's just like on top of taking care of and learning how to take care of a newborn baby.
Yeah.
And we hardly have experience with kids at all that is like actually taking care of them.
We had this at at your baby shower.
Yeah.
There was this little game they set up where they had a stuffed animal, and they had to see who could put on the diaper fastest. And it took both of us like 45 seconds.
I won though. By
She
like
won
2
by
seconds.
yeah. But I think what's even more scary than just like how you take care of the kid is wanting to be good examples and good teachers, and not wanting to neglect their emotional or spiritual well-being.
Yeah.
And that is such a huge responsibility. And man, I still feel like kind of like a kid,
I know.
I just, like, really, I'm going to be trusted with a whole human, and I'm going to shape the trajectory of their whole life. I'm going to influence what they care about, what
Their thinking patterns, their coping patterns.
Yes, I'm going to, like, they're going to have habits because of us raising them. That is scary. I don't
Yeah.
want to mess a kid up.
And I've always heard that, like, every parent does something wrong, which makes sense. I mean, like, we all are learning in the process.
Yeah.
And also there's so many different opinions and out there, and like, no, you should raise your kids this way or this way or this way. And you just have to figure out, I think, what works best for, like, we have to figure out what works best for us and for our children. But we're gonna do things wrong. That's just something we have to accept. And that, like, they probably are going to get into adulthood and realize they have some unhealthy patterns because of us. But there are ways that you can significantly decrease how unhealthy, because even like him and I had very different childhoods, and he is way more on the healthy side than I am. And that's just because of the things that happened. in our lives that we did or did not have control of. And so, yeah, like I'm from a divorced family, or like, you know, remarriages and stuff. And his parents have been together
for 100 years.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that alone like can change things. And so we are committed to each other. And
no turning back, we're locked in. Forever.
Forever. Good.
I want to be.
Me too.
Good.
Yeah. And I think prioritizing the marriage actually really helps the child. Because then they see like a healthy model of husband and wife.
Yeah.
And I think that actually makes the child feel more secure.
Right.
In the home. To know that mommy and daddy are happy together.
No, for sure. That's so important. And I'm kind of curious, for you, what is the most stressful or most nerve-wracking part of becoming a mom?
Oh, so many things.
So many. Okay, you can only pick 10.
10. Oh, man. Well, like in general, or like just like the newborn phase?
In general.
I could see myself having a tendency to be like a helicopter mom. To be like...
I could definitely see that.
Concerned and worried.
You would like coddle them. Like they get a little scratch. You're like, oh, you poor little baby.
Even with him, he hurt his hand. And I was like, oh, you hurt your hand.
I'm not like
and he was like, I'm a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I just love him so much and I don't want him to get hurt.
You're a nurturer.
Yes.
You have a lot of compassion.
Probably too much. And so I feel like I'm going to have to, like, especially because we're having a boy, like, he's going to be hurting himself all the time. He's going to be rambunctious and, like, he's going to get into things and I have to not, be a helicopter mom. And be hovering over him and be like, oh, baby.
Yeah.
But also finding a balance because I don't want to, like, be like, whatever, you're fine either. And just always neglect his emotions.
I was thinking about that today. There's such a balance that needs to be drawn between being, it's like tough love, but also being compassionate and gracious. Because like the tough love side, you can turn into sort of a jerk and a legalistic person. And the compassionate side, like the helicopter mom side, is like that's not actually loving to them because you're not like letting them develop into what they need to be. You're not letting them become strong. They're just going to be weak little twerps.
Wow.
So there's a balance that needs to be drawn between those.
For sure.
Yeah.
And we're just going to have to find that.
It's probably going to be an everyday thing. It's not going to be a thing of, oh, we figured this out on our second year of having a kid. We got a system now.
Right, yeah.
No.
Nothing works like that, really.
No. I think two things I'm really nervous about is as the father and husband, I'm in charge of being the spiritual leader, and I want to train the kids well in the Bible, and I want them to know the truth, and I don't want to tell them things that are incorrect about the Bible, but there's a lot of things I am not sure about when it comes to what does this verse mean? What does this verse mean? And some of them are actually really important. And I don't want to set them on a theological trajectory that's going to have a lot of bad fruit and a lot of wrong thinking and hurt them. And that's just something I got to be like, okay, well, Lord, I'm praying for wisdom. If you want me to know this answer right now, then I trust that you'll give it to me when the time comes. And maybe there's certain things I'm just being too perfectionistic about I need to know exactly what this means. And maybe I could just leave room for some mystery. And so I don't need to like control all of that.
Oh, right. Or have an answer.
Yeah.
Like a solid answer to every single question.
And then the other thing is, for the last probably 4 years or so, I've been really grinding in music to try to get like really good at music so then I can do that as my job. Because I came at a crossroads a few years ago where I was saying, okay, I really love music. I would love to do this all the time, but I don't want to do it as a hobby and then neglect my family because I'm just doing my little music projects all my free time after work. So I was like, okay, the only time I'm going to be able to do this as much as I want is if I do this as my job. And so I've been like really grinding, like I want to do this as my job. And now with the baby coming, it's like, okay, I'm not going to let this be some hobby where I like put you guys on the back burner. And so it's like one of my biggest like nervous things that's coming up. Like I might have to give this up because I'm not going to give up being a good husband and father. So music's obviously going to have to go, but it's like, I don't want to give up music.
Yeah.
So that's the theological thing of being like, I want to give him the right answers. And then I want to be there for our son and, disciple him. But I don't want to give up music. Could I have it all? And yeah.
I want you to have it all, sweet.
Yeah.
Because I also want to do music. That's very much a dream of mine as well.
Yeah.
And I would be very sad if that died.
Aw, you look so sad.
We'll see what the Lord has in store for us. But I've told him multiple times that, like, if you watched our How We Met video, you know that we were both praying for spouses to do Christian folk music with.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord answered that prayer. And so I would feel really, I don't know, I would just be like, why would he answer that prayer just to then let it die? Like, it was so specific. We were so specific in praying for that aspect in our spouses. And he gave it to us. And it was him that gave it. Like, it's clear if you watch the video, it was him for sure. There's no way that all the pieces could have lined up without God orchestrating it. Mm-hmm. So he has a purpose. Not saying he's not good if that does happen, because it could. Mm-hmm. And he would still be good and it would be best for us. Mm-hmm. And we would pivot.
That's true. That's true. I will say something that is scary about pursuing a music career while also being a husband and father is it's hard to clock out of work.
Oh, yeah.
It's a regular job. You go there for 8 hours and then you don't want to think about work. At least when I had a regular job, I was like, I'm not thinking about this for one more second.
Yeah. Like as soon as the clock hits the time that you're supposed to be off, you're like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm. But for this, I'm always thinking about, what's a better way I can mix the music? What's a better way we could write songs? What's a better way we could market? What's a better way we could brand it? You know, it's like all the things, because if I don't think about it, who's going to think about it? I'm the guy doing it all.
And you don't really have time throughout the day to think about it because you're actually doing the music stuff.
Yeah.
So then your brain starts processing through all of that after hours.
Yeah. It's hard for me to like slow down and rest because I'm like, the deadline's coming up, the baby's coming, and if we don't figure out some of these things, like, this is not going to be good. I can't just keep on plowing away but not be doing kind of the visionary entrepreneurial work to make sure we're even going in the right direction. And that's hard because I don't want to be like always thinking about work and be kind of an absentee dad, you know. I want to, give our kids a lot of time and make sure I make them feel like special and like take them out to lunch or something. I don't want to be like, no, I have to get this song done right now. I don't have time for them. And man, that's something I got to learn. I feel like that's more like I just need to learn to be content with things not being fixed. I'm just a fixer. Yeah. I just like my mind just ruminates and being like, I'm so uncomfortable with things not being finished or fully fledged out. So I'm just like, I gotta fix it right now and nothing else matters. And that's gonna hurt our kids if I keep on going that trajectory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could also hurt more things than just the kids.
Like you.
So we're nervous to be parents.
But ultimately, it all comes back to trusting the Lord. And like ultimately our reliance is on him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he cares just as much about our child as we do. More.
That's true.
That's comforting.
That's true.
Yeah. And he's also given him to us. He has entrusted him to us. Mm-hmm. And he knows our hearts and how we want to steward that well and raise him well. And raise him in the way he should go. So yeah, God will help us.
Yes, he will. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We plan on doing a lot more of these videos. And let us know if you like these kinds of videos. Maybe you could drop us a comment and show us some appreciation so we know we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, or how you want to get to know us better, or like things, just things you want to know about us.
All right, see you in the next one.
'Cause you and I are just like apple pie. We make this life oh so sweet. And when you smile, you set my heart